This Glitch in the Matrix story is from a follower who says that she literally saw a house disappear in front of her very eyes. Her name is Chelsea, and the story takes place when she is in 7th grade. Now, she grew up in South Carolina, and on this particular night, she is spending the night at her friend's house. It's a sleepover, and everything is totally normal. Around 10 p.m., her friend decides she's gonna go take a shower, and Chelsea is just like laying on her bed, reading through a magazine, when something at the window catches her attention, and she looks up, and outside of her friend's window is her neighbor's house. This house is 2 stories, and Chelsea's looking at it, and something just feels really, really off about this. She kind of has this feeling like, weird, have I just never noticed this house before? It also was strange because she said it was almost like she was looking into a cross section of the house. Like, she could see people moving around in it. She says specifically she could see someone sitting in an oversized chair, and that there was someone else who was kind of wandering around up the stairs and down the hall. Chelsea's sort of watching this for a minute and then is like, okay, maybe I'm being kind of weird, like watching these neighbors. So she just goes back to her magazine and ignores the house. The rest of the night goes on. They end up watching a movie and going to sleep. In the morning when Chelsea wakes up, the first thing on her mind is this house. How weird it felt when she looked at it. How it felt like she could see straight into the home in a way that, like, she just felt like she would have noticed prior to this if it was such a clear view from her friend's room into this house. Does this make any sense? So she looks out her friend's window at the house, and the first thing she notices is a privacy fence, which she had not noticed the night before. But beyond that privacy fence, there was no house. In fact, the only thing she saw out of her friend's window was trees. There was no house there. There never had been. She's really confused, so she asks her friend about it and is like, hey, this is going to sound really weird, but I swear to you, I saw your neighbor's house from your window, and now I realize, like, you can't see it at all. And the friend just looks at her and is like, there's not a house anywhere near us. Like, the closest home is way down the road. Because around her house is just empty land. No neighbors, no nothing. Chelsea is so confused. She explains what she saw to her friend, and her friend is just like, I have literally no idea what you possibly could have been seeing because nothing like that has ever existed there. She said, having seen something so permanent as a house seemingly vanish into thin air overnight has left me spooked and unsettled since it happened around 2003-ish. Her house was a single story, so I couldn't have been seeing it over such a tall fence. Like, that was the other thing, was the privacy fence that she saw in the morning. Even if the house had been there, she shouldn't have been able to see into the house the way that she was. To this day, she says she has no idea what it was that she saw. It sounds like a glitch in the Matrix to me, but a whole house appearing and then disappearing is really bizarre.